This is basically just angst. This is me before I met Mitzi. This is me before I learned how to cope, so I just wrote horrendous poems in here. Hello, I'm back with the bad lighting. But it's okay because it's a aesthetical thing. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about my journals and my notebooks. Most of them are in this basket. I got this basket from a friend's birthday party, I think. I don't know actually. So for most of my hobbies, I like writing everything down, and it just, I don't know, it's just better. I guess I just learn better that way, or my progress is better when I do this. I don't know. So we'll just start right away with this one. This is my first ever diary that I completed. Well, actually, I didn't complete it because I have like a lot of spare pages, because like the last 3 pages has a diary entry on it. Also, these are my notes on the Maleficent movie because I'm obsessed with that movie. Oh no, that's not. On the Cyrano movie, which I loved, but it was a musical, which I don't really like, but it's fine. And then these are my notes for the Maleficent movie, and these are my notes for About Time, which is another movie. And then I did some notes for Mistress of Evil, and I just have Do I Want to Know lyrics here. This is from August 17, 2022 to December 13, 2022, which I lied because there's still empty pages here. This is a very old notebook that my sister gave me, but I like reusing things. I don't like wasting, and I feel like notebooks have uses for everything. So this is my ideas for my writing. It's normally ideas that have like something to work on. I leave like 5 pages for every idea, and there's like so many blank pages in here. But currently, all of these bookmarks, they all lead to ideas. And I haven't looked in here since last year, and I'm not going to for a while because I know there's a lot of scary things in there. That's from when I was like 12 years old. So that's like 3 years ago. Anyway, so this is my commonplace book. I have another one actually. This is my first commonplace book. My friend gave me this book last year on my birthday. She wrote me a really cute thing on the back, but it's personal, so I'm not going to share it. But she basically drew me. Hold on. That's not going to focus, but it's fine. She drew me, and I used it like the entire summer. And then I started this in the fall, and I still have some pages, but it's a commonplace book. I basically wrote everything I want to in it. I have like recipes in here. I have my banana bread recipe, my ultimate banana bread recipe, and I have some notes on videos that I watched, some good things. So these are my 2 commonplace books. They are much bigger than the usual commonplace book, because I'm pretty sure most people have commonplace books that are smaller than their hand. I will get a smaller one because I do want to bring my commonplace book places, and something that's a bit thicker. This would be too thick, but it's like this perfect size. But it would also rip because it's 5-star. This is my poetry book from when I was 12 or 13. I haven't filled it yet. I want to use it as my new ideas book, or I could use it as like another diary or something because it's lined paper. I have some interesting things in here. I don't know if I want to continue writing in here. I started writing in here in 2021, which was when I was 13. Yeah, when I was 13. This is basically just angst. This is me before I met Mitzi. This is me before I learned how to cope, so I just wrote horrendous poems in here. I'm not gonna keep it out in the open because it's scary. The next book. This book is my book journal. I started this in grade 7 when I was 13, and I have not finished it. How many pages? There's like 240 pages in here, and I have not finished it because I don't really reflect on the books that I've read, and I wanted to start a book journal so I could reflect and really understand how I felt about the book, but you know, I just guess I didn't. Maybe this has something to do with a coping mechanism, but I'm not gonna say it because I just don't want to. Anyway, it literally says starting October 2021. I do that in all of my journals. I write the second I start writing the first page, I write the starting date, and then when I'm done the last page, I do the ending. It has still been going. I have a bookmark in it now to show where I'm in, and the last entry I did was for American Psycho, and I didn't even, I'll just for it. I just wrote like a paragraph, not even. Anyway, I have a list of books to read that I wrote instead of reading, which is really bad. And then I have a compilation of some of the books I read in 2021. This was for 2022, but I kind of gave up on it. I went up to 108 for 2021 because I started it in October, and for 2022 I stopped at 36. And then I have some reading orders because I was very obsessive over the way I wanted to read them. So I wrote lists down instead of actually following through with them because I got bored and it was just like too much. So I just decided not to do that. And then I literally have entries in the first 3 pages about books in 2022, a year after I started this thing. I really make use of every single page. Yeah, I have an introduction to 2022. Oh, this is my thing on the selection that I read in the 7th grade. Reading the selection in the 7th grade really hired my standards. I should reread the series now. I don't think I'm going to though. I also read this book called Hush Hush, November 2021. I'm gonna read the thing. Nora is partnered up with Patch for a class, and her teacher refuses to switch her with someone new. She discovers that he is a fallen angel and that he wants to kill her so that he can have his wings back. Though they fall in love, the antagonist decides to wreck their love. And now I'm so going to read the second book. That was the 100th book I read in 2021. And you can just tell I was so eloquently spoken. I was so eloquently read. I was just such a good writer back then that I decided to not finish my other book journal entries. I don't know. I don't want to read so many of these. Ooh, I actually do want to read all of these. I think I'm going to do a video where I read these old book journal entries because it's been a while. I also did not read Jane Eyre properly and I still wrote a journal entry in it. So I'm really a fake person. I have this facade, but no one really understands it, I guess. Even Finders Keepers. I was sleeping through that entire thing and I tried to read it. I'm going to do this one because I really like this book. It's called I Love You So Mochi by Sarah Kuhn. I loved reading this book. I swear I was going to drop this book after seeing how close the lines and the type of font it was. Like how the first line I'm complaining, even though I was like obsessing over it 5 seconds ago. Anyway, rye? I did not put the T, I just said rye. It literally just says, it's not gonna focus, but it's fine. It just says there's no T. And I'm picky with these things. I hope Kim and Ikea end up together like her parents and grandparents. I want to eat mochi so bad right now with someone. I want to go to Japan now, eat mochi, and have some self-discovery journey. It hasn't happened anytime yet. 4 stars. I'm gonna go to 2022 and I'm gonna read something from there. And then I had this phase where I only wrote my favorite quotes in it because I thought that just writing about the book was too bad. So these are some quotes from The Elite by Kira Cass, written in January 2022 by yours truly. It was the second book I read because the first book, The Catcher in the Rye, wasn't as important that it had to be written second. Like this is the second book that I read. This is the first book I read. And this is supposed to be, you know. Anyway. What are these quotes? I can't read my own handwriting. Darling, you're perfect. I don't know who says that. I'm hoping that it was the prince. A lot of things are yours, America. Why did I think that was so nice? You've changed me forever and I'll never forget you. Who said these things? I should have added the character names. Sometimes I felt like we not too tangled to be taken apart. Okay, those are probably quotes, but I did not write them properly. I don't know why. I think I was doing them in my head, but these are some quotes from The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, January 2022. I'm quite illiterate, but I read a lot. That defines me. I am really bad at public speaking, and yet I can read with such fluency. I don't know. Anyway, mothers are all slightly insane. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be one, so I don't know why I found that funny. People are always ruining things for you. Yeah, that is very true. And then I have 2023, which I just did recently. I have lists of books. I literally have lists of books. My handwriting has improved. I have slowed down my pace. That was the main reason why my handwriting was so bad back then. I was like rushing as if the world was ending. This is my most recent one is American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, and I will read it because it has been the most recent one, so I think it deserves some light. American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. I did not write the date because I will write the date. March 2023. I have never been more disgusted by a book. Why is this almost 30-year-old white man turned on by women getting murdered? Good thing is satire because there is no way people think this is pure literature and not a comediatic joke. I spelled comediatic wrong. I don't know why. He'd do amazing in Fight Club if he wasn't such a dick. I took so many pictures of the iconic lines that are in several Instagram edits. Then I have, what is this? Oh, this is my diary, my new diary. This was the diary I started this year. It says bullet journal on it because it's a bullet journal. December 16, 2022, which is when I started this diary. I'm covering this because it's my personal information and I just don't feel like I want to share that. Full page. I normally try to do a full page because if I don't write anything that day, at least I have like a diary entry that I wrote. I don't know, I just practice and all that. And then I got bored of writing in a dotted notebook. And who wouldn't? So I have all of these. My last diary entry in here was on March 16th, 2023. And then I started my habit tracker. And here, I just wrote new years, new habits, new routines, different person, same values. A little Dr. Seuss in me got out, so. And then this was an epic fail. This does not look aesthetic. That's also like 40 days. So I don't know how that would work, but this is the better version. These are some habits that I want to continue. This is the month of March. I have some X's on there for the days that I did do them. And if this focused, I would be a lot more happier in life, but it's not. And then I did April. This is not as nice as I hoped it would be, but it's basically all the days in April written like 1,000 times, and I'm gonna like highlight them when I get to them, but this looks much better. This is the month of May. I don't know if I'm gonna do 12 habits in May, but I have 7. Yeah, I have 7 written right now, so I think I'm okay with that, but I just wanted to fill the entire page. It's all color coordinating. It's kind of making me mad how that title is not centered, and it's also kind of crooked. Oh, I totally forgot I had a ring light. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Hopefully it'll look better or whatever. I used to have an online habit tracker, but I hated the fact that I had to go on my phone every time, and my phone is it's boring. I don't know what to do with it anymore. I don't have any social media that's very addictive. I have YouTube and Instagram, but I think those are like the only two that are time consuming, but they both weird me out, so I just stay off of them. I only have YouTube for because it's YouTube. Why would I not have YouTube? So then this is my gratitude journal. My sister gave me this when I was 10 years old. She gave this to me for my 10th birthday. No. She gave this to me for my 12th birthday, yes. This is when COVID started. She gave me this in 2020. I don't know why I kept saying 10. It literally says 12 on the cover. But anyway, this is us when we were children celebrating something. Anyway, she wrote me a very heartfelt thing on the front, but it's personal and I can't really see it from here. But she printed out a lot of pictures of us at the start, and then she printed a lot of pictures of BTS members, which I picked out myself. But I removed all of them, and they're in some clear bag somewhere in my room. Then I started doing diary entries in here. My first entry was written on October 25th, 2021, when I was 13. The first line says, "Autumn, the season we fall in love." And I think that was taken from a YouTube playlist that I listened to during that time. Oh my, that was actually such a long time ago. And I deleted it, but I don't, I think I'm diving into my past too much, but. Oh, this was a very bad time in my past. I'm gonna read. Okay, this is too personal. I'm gonna wait like a couple years before I dive into this. This has some icky. I'm not gonna say anything. And then I use this as my piano tracker journal. Oh, and then I have my watch list. And then my gratitude journal starts. I write the date, and then I write I am grateful for ... and then I list 3 things down. I try to do this every morning when I wake up. My spiritual health has been like deteriorating, but I just really want to revive that. This is my French journal. I write entries in here. I start off with writing Cher Journal, which is Dear Diary in Spanish. The last time I wrote in here was on Wednesday. And then this is my diary, which I don't remember talking about it, but basically, I transitioned from the pink notebook into this one because it's lined paper, and I also have this wonderful picture at the back. I don't know where else to put it, but I think it's a very funny picture. It's a picture of two of my family friends. So I write an entire entry on a page, and then I go over it with a highlighter, and I just highlight the words. I think those are all of the notebooks that I want to talk about right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time. And we talk about the notebooks and the journals and how I take care of some of my different healths. Really appreciate it, and I just... Okay, bye.